Yo, what is going on, guys? Welcome back. Today we're going to talk about the top 5 things that I want to see added in Dislyte, as well as a bonus thing. So stay tuned to the very end to see what that is, because I think that is one of the best ones. Now, before we get started, first let me add that nobody is going to have the exact same opinion, and every single person might value different things more than others. But personally, this is coming from a perspective that's only been playing a few months. I am somewhat of a newer player, and I don't have near as many espers. This is just some mainly quality of life improvements that I would like to see, with a couple other things that I really think that they should add. Also, another thing I want to mention is Lilith did put out a roadmap that goes all the way to the spring of 2023. Now, a couple of these things are some things that I'm super excited to see. More club events, a new pantheon of gods, a more immersive animation in the storytelling. A lot of these things are definitely a welcome addition. Now, these are in no particular order as far as importance goes to me. These are just the top 5 things that I would like to see added in Dislyte in the future. So let's jump into the first one, and that's going to be saved squads. Now, of course, we do have a place in which we can look at all of the espers, and that's nice, but I think that we should have the ability to save specific squads, and this is probably more towards PvP and holo battle. These save squads could also be used in things like a story in which you're trying to farm experience for Staramon or something like that. You have one really strong esper, put a bunch of Staramon in it, save that squad, and that way you can go in there. But you can also have a save squad for like your most powerful, I guess, squad to get through some of the story. So just the opportunity to be able to save squads for all different things, for all the different trials, for all the different events, for anything that you want to do in the game, PvP, holo battle, everything. I think we should have the opportunity to save squads. Next thing we're going to talk about is Relic Management. I think in the sort section, they need to have the ability to sort by rarity, be able to put flawless or superior or anything like that. They do have a secondary attribute section, but if you upgrade a superior 3 times, then they become 4 attributes are available, and then they appear at the same place as a flawless. I want to be able to sort through the flawless and superior or rare or whatever the other one is called. Just the ability to sort by rarity, so I could sell maybe or compare all of the superior ones that I have or all the rare ones that I have. I think that would be a welcome addition. Third thing we're going to talk about is the formation assistant. I think they should add holo battle to this. I mean, I am a fairly new player. I don't have a whole lot of experience in holo battle, and I kind of struggle with my attacks, and I kind of struggle with my defense as well. Being that it's only 3 espers, I'm not exactly sure what is best on defense, what is best on offense for particular team comps, because it obviously works different as opposed to having 5. So at least as far as the formation assistant goes, and players like me, and as far as new players go that come in, when they enter in a club that maybe has a lot more experience, they can ask for help when designing a holo battle defense and offense. Next thing I think we need is transparency in the stats. I still, after however long, have absolutely no idea how attack works, how defense works, how accuracy works, and how resist works. Obviously, I know the general idea of how it works, and having more attack does more damage. Having more defense helps you do less damage or take less damage. But how is this multiplied? How is the attack multiplied based on the star level? How does the attack multiplied as far as defense go? Is defense a percent of the attack? Why is defense so much lower than the attack? So is the multiplier on defense a lot more? Is it just a straight reduction in damage? Accuracy and resist. This thing is super confusing to me. So they get a flat 20%, which is fine, but people have told me that you should not go above 80% on accuracy because they take off 20%. Well, if you have 80 and they have 20, isn't the 20 just reduced from the 80 and it goes to 60? Why is it you start at 100 if it's just flat 20%? Why don't they just start at 80 then and not give a flat 20%? I wish they would be a lot more transparent and maybe like a section in the game that describes exactly how the multipliers of attack and defense and how exactly accuracy and resist work. That's easily available for newer players to be able to read and discuss. Having the benefit of doing flat defense over defense percentage. Why would you want to do defense instead of HP boost? You know, besides for particular items and kits that call for defense, why would you want to pick defense over HP? And so like those are the types of things I would like to know about. And I think it would be nice if they had a place in the game that laid out exactly what they did. Number 5, we are going to talk about the Echo and maybe possibly some sort of dupe protection system. I know this is certainly a hot topic for a lot of people, getting a lot of dupes when they are missing a lot of other espers. Now, I don't necessarily think you shouldn't get dupes. I do think you should. And I do think that it should be randomized. But in the same sense, I think certain espers should be eliminated from pity pools and some sort of dupe protection system. Now, one possible idea that I had for this is that when you're a new player and you pull a legendary esper, that is guaranteed to be a different esper. Now, as you're pulling more legendaries, 2, 3, 4, 5, your dupe protection system then goes up maybe to 2 or to 3 or to 4 or to 5. And so it kind of helps the newer players guarantee that they're going to get different espers, while in the same sense, players that have been that have almost all of the espers, they do have eventually a point to where they come to where they guarantee themselves a brand new esper that they don't have. And so that number would gradually increase the larger that your esper catalog gets. But it's at least some sort of protection while having randomized pulls. Also, another thing that I want to mention as far as the Echo goes is that when you start the game, you either get Liling or Sun Wukong, right? And then when you finish the tower, you also get Apollo. These 3 espers are guaranteed to you. You know that you're going to get them. And I think they should be removed from the pities, at least in the beginning for newer players. Because, for example, I mean, I only have 5 total legendary espers. Only 2 of those legendary espers were espers that I've pulled in the Echo. One of them was Osiris, and then the other one, crazy enough, was Gaius in the last banner. But then when we started this banner, after only pulling 2 legendary espers, I ended up pulling Apollo, which you already get guaranteed in the tower. I think Apollo, Liling, and Sun Wukong should be banned 100% from pity pulls, at least until you reach some certain amount of legendaries, because nobody in the beginning of the game wants to get... I mean, yeah, you might get a dupe, but nobody wants to get a dupe of a character that you know for sure you're going to get anyway. And then let's throw in a bonus one at the very end. I think we should have the ability to set up temporary relic sets. Now, what I mean by temporary is just a set of relics, maybe a set of maybe 5 different types, one based solely for speed, one based solely for attack, one based solely for defense. They are temporary in the set that you cannot save them to any individual esper. But if I wanted to use one specifically for one single purpose, say for APEP, for example, I have a gear set that works really well on one particular character for APEP. I could go into the start of APEP right here and then click temporary set, click it, and it adds all of those relics to this particular esper. Now, if I wanted to, you know, if one of the relic pieces was already on a different esper that was on the team currently, just like it normally does now. It would give that little symbol where it shows what Esper it's on, and therefore you wouldn't be able to equip it. Or if you equipped it, it would take it off the other Esper. But point being is that they are temporary in the sense that I could just add a temporary relic set to Naja right now, or Loling right when we start APEP. It adds those relics for this one single APEP. And then once we're done with APEP, the original set gets put back on and the temporary falls off. I think that application, as far as relics go, has such a valuable use, because one of the biggest things that I struggle with is switching the relics for any particular situation, like in PvP or in holo battle or in the story or events or APEP or anything in the ritual miracles or anything like that. You might have something particular that you know works really good that doesn't work for anything else, but you just want it for that set. Having to switch those relics every single time you do it, equip it, take it off, equip the old one back, it gets really old and really tiresome, and I'd really like to just be able to equip temporary sets to anybody I want at any time, based solely on like a set of speed or a set of attack or power, where you're not worried about other stats. It just fulfills one single purpose. That is my top 5 and one bonus that I think that needed to be added to Dislyte. Hopefully we can see some of these things in the future. I absolutely enjoy the game quite a bit, even though there have been a few struggles that I've encountered along the way, but they've been doing a great job in communication with everybody. They've been doing a great job with all of the things that they've been adding to the game and trying to listen to the players and keeping everybody happy. Obviously, you can't make everybody happy. It's gonna be impossible. So I think they've been doing a great job, and hopefully some of these things we'll see in the future. Let me know in the comments if I've missed anything or if there's anything that you want to see in particular. But either way, guys, hopefully you did enjoy. Hit the thumbs up on your way out. I will see y'all next time. We're out. Peace.